Good afternoon to all our dear participants, and welcome to the Middle East Retail XR Tech Summit 2022 on empowering customers to metaverse their personalized retail experiences, organized by the Rendezvous experts in partnership with our technology partners, Google and Microsoft, Gold Partner, Arbor XR and Cleanbox Technologies, and our silver sponsor, Warjo. I'm Roger, and we have Bridget, and we will be your hosts for today's session. And I'd like to welcome each and every one of you today. The retail industry in the Middle East understands and realizes it's time to sustain, adapt, and build with the pandemic around. With an enormously diverse and very consecrated market to cater to, the retail industry has stayed at the forefront of online digital transformation. Customers are more informed and are offered vast choices in terms of luxury, brands, and affordability. To stay ahead of this curve and to drive the next revolution in retail, we present to you the Middle East Retail Extended Reality Technology Summit 2022. Today, we will focus on the retail industry across the Middle East, connecting top CXOs, business heads, innovation heads, marketing heads, customer experience heads to explore and adapt the best solutions, strategies that the XR has to offer. All in all, we will talk about the best practices, help create industry standards, and most importantly, connect company brands and leaders to grow your business, increase productivity, efficiency, and overall performance in all departments of the retail industry. A few pointers to make the most of the session. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section where all questions will be answered. If for any reason you get logged out during the session, please follow the same procedure to log in or just refresh your page. All our partners and speakers would love to answer any questions you may have. You may also kindly drop a message to them directly, and they will also be available for questions in the lounge area. And don't forget to visit the booths to explore all that our partners can do for you. So let's dive into the agenda, and we have a power-packed day ahead of us. So once again, I welcome you to the Middle East Retail XR Tech Summit 2022. Without further ado, let's begin today's session. Let's start this power-packed day with a keynote presentation on a future view of consumer behavior in virtual reality by our eminent presenter, Ms. MARIAM RAFEHI. Now, Ms. MARIAM is a practice-based researcher in interdisciplinary design and emerging technologies. She employs a combination of skills in digital fabrication, physical computing, as well as virtual reality and augmented reality development. In her most recent roles and work focuses on exploring the challenges and opportunities of AR and VR applied with education in a third-party funded project by HBKU Innovation Center. Mariam and two colleagues tested and applied VR for remote teamwork and engagement, and based on her research with immersive technologies, she has been a lecturer at Virginia Commonwealth University and Northwestern University, Qatar. Here, she taught courses such as mixed reality design, immersive storytelling in VR, and in her most recent work, she has joined a research project in experimental media applications at the Berlin University of Arts, where she and her colleagues employ design thinking methodologies to explore innovative applications of emergent media. I'd like to welcome Mariam on stage, and over to you, ma'am, on your keynote presentation.
Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to speak to you today, and thank you for this very extensive introduction. So as said, my name is MARIAM RAFEHI. I'm a practice-based researcher in emergent technologies at the Berlin University of the Arts. This job I enjoy immensely because I get to experiment with new technologies and envision future scenarios that explore their applications and fundamental shifts in media consumption. So before you become immersed in the interesting discussions and presentations of my esteemed colleagues here at the Middle East Retail XR Tech Summit, I would like to take you on a quick detour about 3 years into the future. And I want to tell you a story of Nora. Nora is now a fully grown Gen Z, 3 years in the future, the first social generation to have grown up with portable digital technology. She's 29 years old, and she's a mom and an engineer, both jobs she derives deep meaning from, except on Thursdays. That's when she has time off to catch up with her friend Amira. So she puts on her sleek VR glasses and is transported into the metaverse. Gosh, do you remember when these things used to be so bulky and had to be strapped on? So Amira is already in one of the social VR worlds created by a community builder. When Noor joins, she's stunned. The world that her friend discovered is beautifully designed. It's an Alice in Wonderland scenario, and large flowers are animated to hum a relaxing melody as Amira and Noor are sitting down on a colorfully decorated table. This VR space isn't too busy yet. The avatars that are around are a mix of users and AIs, and Nora notices a handbag on one of the avatars. So she turns to her friend and asks, "What do you think?" And "Oh, I love it. It'll look great on you," says Amira. So Nora blinks once to select the handbag because eye tracking saves the item to her wish list. This wasn't always possible, and a couple of years ago, Nora would actually attend runway fashion shows in VR with her friend together and would buy items off the virtual runway, shopping for them this way. But since the bandwidth has increased dramatically, these fashion shows have become overrun and less exclusive. So Nora and Amira actually prefer visiting these imaginative places that other users have built because it's like finding hidden treasures for them. So when Nora leaves Alice in Wonderland inspired space, she's prompted to try on the items on her wish list in a private space. She switches from her avatar, which is a Midland fairy, to a representation of herself. She switches, she tries on the handbag that she selected and isn't so sure, so she takes a snap of herself wearing it in VR and sends it to her sister's social media, asking her what she thinks, receiving back a heart and a voice note popping up saying her sister loves the bag, so Nora buys it. So truthfully, I hope you enjoyed this story. This is a very conservative view of the future. And to illustrate this further, I'd like to actually share a couple of trends with you that we're currently observing that are illustrating that this is a very possible future scenario. So the first one actually is that women's economic power is already helping reshape the consumer markets, driving change towards creating convenience, okay? Because women are extremely busy, so they're looking for ways to create opportunities and are willing to pay for these. Secondly, during the pandemic, we saw the emergence of social VR, which has placed the VR adoption at a steep upward trajectory. And at the same time, we also saw a recreation and reinvention of audience experiences through VR. So for example, Ariana Grande already hosted a VR experience, a concert during the pandemic, which attendees were able to move through following her avatar, like moving through a colorful dream space. And to document and share these experiences, Oculus Quest already allows users to record themselves in VR and post these clips on Facebook. Finally, Alibaba already launched in 2016 the VR department store, which was a lonely experience with Google Cardboard. However, in future, experiential marketing will give new meaning to product placements. So brands will blur the lines between content and marketing, and brand touchpoints will evolve from being expressed through simple logos, discrete user impressions, or TV ads, to interactions with embodied personalities in public and private virtual worlds, driven by both real people and AIs. So transformative technologies are always the result of decades of innovation converging in just the right way at just the right moment. And with VR and AR technologies, we have seen decades in the making, with multiple cycles of emergence, astonishing promise, and disappointing results as well. I believe in its next phase, we will see a mind-body altering world, fully dimensional digital experiences, where all of these trends will converge to essentially create what we will see in the future. And I applaud you for taking steps to contribute to this future. So thank you so much for participating today.
Thank you, Mariam, for the insights that you shared with us and your valuable words. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.